The Trump-Modi dilemma, navigating India's strategic schizophrenia. The diplomatic tango between India and the United States, two of the world's largest democracies, stand at a precarious crossroad. At its heart lies not merely the erratic temperament of former US President Donald Trump, whose political resurgence looms large, but an equally complex contradiction with India's own strategic psyche as Prime Minister Narendra Modi's administration negotiates an evolving geopolitical chessboard. It finds itself battling not just external pressures but internal cognitive dissonance. This bipolarity between aspirational global leadership and recreationary victimhood is shaping India's contemporary foreign policy narrative. And in a world increasingly shaped by unpredictable alliances, social media diplomacy, and shifting power centers, this internal conflict may prove as destabilizing as an external threat. The turning point came in late 2023 when relations with Western partners began to fray. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's public allegations regarding the Nijjar-Pannun affair strained diplomatic ties. Although allies like the US and UK avoided public confrontation, the trust deficit became apparent. The cancellation of President Joe Biden's proposed Republic Day visit, announced with some fanfare by US Ambassador Eric Garcetti, delivered a symbolic blow to the India's self-image as Washington's indispensable partner. France stepped in to soften the embarrassment, but the damage was done. In response, section of the India's political and media ecosystem shifted sharply. The same establishment that once lauded the West's embrace of India now decried Western hypocrisy, accusing it of undermining an Atmanirbhar India. Strategic pragmatism gave way to ideological defensiveness. Russia was no longer just a trade partner but a symbol of resistance. Oil imports were touted not as business moves but defiant gestures of sovereignty. This dark transition from global celebration to siege mentality reflects a deeper psychological schemes within India's power corridors. While the core of India's foreign policy, the Prime Minister, the External Affairs Minister, and seasoned diplomats continues to engage quietly and strategically, a parallel narrative dominates the public sphere. In sum, India's challenge today is less about external threats and more about internal clarity. Is India the confident superpower ready to lead the multipolar world, or is it the lonely warrior fighting global conspiracies? Modi's core foreign policy team remains largely mature, strategic, and responsive, but the wider discourse, shaped by domestic politics, digital narratives, and ideological zeal, often forces them into postures that undermine long-term interests. As the world inches towards greater instability and unpredictability, especially with Trump possibly returning to the White House, India must resolve its own contradiction. Only then can it transition from a reactive power to a truly transformative?
Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe.